It is the 23rd UFC fight for the number 6 ranked Dan the Hangman Hooker. He has more trips to the octagon than anyone else tonight, but gold has so far eluded him. He sees Arman Tsarukyan, the number 1 ranked guy, as his ticket to the belt. Plus, Paul, he doesn't like him. He said that he doesn't like the head that's attached to his body, and he wants to decapitate him, and he wants them to sew it back on in the back after the fact. So we have a fight with a little bit of spice, but also a very important one for the lightweight division.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Dan Hooker has really been on a roll lately, winning 3 in a row, and facing strong grapplers in all of those matches, and a really tall, rangy, dangerous striker in Jalen Turner. And Dan is so good at, when he's down, maybe it looks like he's not going to be in this fight, he's getting pieced up, or things aren't going his way, he has the ability to work his way back into the fight, to outlast his opponents, and start to hurt them as the fight continues to go. And more importantly, that Mateusz Gamrot fight, I feel, is the real fight to look at when we're talking about this versus Arman Tsarukyan and the style that they bring. I think Arman is even more willing to stand and exchange with somebody like Dan than Gamrot. Gamrot shoots from distance. He's relentless with those takedowns. He was able to get Dan down, but Dan threatens with guillotines. He has good takedown defense, and he's a dog in there throughout the entire fight. If you give him a second to get back into the fight, he will seize it.
When you look at Dan Hooker and you see the change in the body, the tattoos, and people like to joke and say he's going through an early midlife crisis and he's got the bleached hair. There's other things going on, though. He's got more muscle on the frame. There's a different swag. He just doesn't care. Dan Hooker is a wild man, but he takes his sport very seriously. He always shows up in shape. That fight against, his last one against Mateusz Gamrot, he dropped it multiple times. He stopped takedowns. He got back to his feet. So to your point, Paul, Arman's going to have no choice at some points but to stand and trade with Dan. And Dan is probably a cleaner, longer, lankier kickboxer and striker. So it's not a foregone conclusion that Arman's just going to run through this guy. This is a real test.